Hi everyone, it's Jen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a serious subject and something that has been affecting me the last few days. I pretty much look horrible. I'm not even attempting to make myself look put together or even try to. My body's clean, my hair is clean, and that's about as good as it's going to get for right now for me. The last couple of days have been really hard for me, physically and emotionally. I've been in a lot of pain the past 2 days. Female problems, I won't go in any further than that, but I have severe pain with that. And the past couple of months, Advil hasn't even been touching the pain, so I'm probably going to need to see my doctor soon about something for that. But what's been bothering me more is what I've been going through emotionally, and I have my Kleenex because this is going to probably be another vlog that I cry in. I debated on whether to put this out there, but I want to document all areas of my life, so as I progress and get better, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, I can look back on these times and see my progress. So, for the past 2 years, I've been in a relationship with an alcoholic. And there were a lot of problems starting out, my fault. Then we got to a point where we decided to honestly try a relationship. And my whole point of entering into the relationship when I first met him was I wanted to fix him. I met him and I knew he was in pain, and I knew he was in a bad place. And me being the empath and the codependent that I am, I just wanted to fix him. I want to fix everybody who comes into my life. I can't fix myself, but I want to try hard to fix everybody else because I have all the answers. Or so I would like to think, but we all know that I don't. So it's been a struggle for 2 years, but the last 2 or 3 months have been really difficult. There was a point in time that it got really good and he had stopped drinking, and I thought every time he stops drinking, I think this is going to be it, and it's going to be the time that we move forward and life becomes better. But then eventually he starts drinking again and life gets bad. And I'm not blaming him for everything. I have my own faults, my own issues. But it's become really obvious to me that I can't remain in this relationship because it is destroying me emotionally. One day he'll be in love with me and he'll want a future with me, and the next day he's on the fence and not sure what he wants. And then that plays with my head, and I think, well, it's because of my weight, it's because I'm ugly, all these things. He says it has nothing to do with that, and I have no choice but to believe what he says, but I have reservations about that. So I just thought that if I just loved him enough, or loved him right, or was just there for him, and he saw how much I loved him, or if he loved me enough, that it would just be better and it would fix everything. But that's clearly not going to be the case. And the hard part is He's my best friend. I have a really hard time opening up to people, whether it's a relationship or just a friend. And I've shared with him more than I've ever shared with anyone in my life. And things have gotten so difficult that in the last couple of months, and especially the last week, I've grown to a point where I feel I don't even like him anymore. And that's not to say that I don't love him, because I do. It's just all the emotional abuse and he tells me I'm too needy, which I know I'm needy, but you can't push someone away for days and days at a time and then expect them just to sit there and wait for you to decide to get sober or to want them around. So I stay stuck and I stay in an emotional place where I don't like myself, I doubt myself, and a lot of times I just feel like giving up. I haven't, and it also makes me angry that he can indulge in his addiction and I'm here fighting so hard to overcome mine. I guess part of that's jealousy, because I just want to indulge in my addiction. I want to just have the freedom to not get better too and just enjoy life. And it's just not fair that alcoholics can just cause problems and then just move forward like nothing ever happens. And they just leave a trail of ashes behind them. My grandfather was an alcoholic, and my grandmother and grandfather were only married for a couple of years. The first year he was in the military, and then the second year, I guess my grandmother couldn't put up with his alcoholism, and they divorced. And my grandfather remained an alcoholic until the day he died. I was 18 when he died, so I experienced my mom dealing with that. My grandmother dealt with it because he remained in their lives even though he moved on and remarried and had another family. So I have a history of attracting and being attracted to broken people. I guess I see myself in them, and sometimes it seems too overwhelming to fix myself or work on myself. So I put all my energy and all my time into someone else, and then I don't have to think about my own problems. I was in a relationship for 9 years with a man who was an addict, and 4 years ago he overdosed and died. And then now I'm in another relationship with an alcoholic. And yesterday and the day before, I found myself just begging this person to just let me go. Just tell me goodbye. But he just kept saying he didn't want to lose me. He doesn't want to lose me, but he continues to hurt me. And I guess this is where I have to make a stand to protect myself. And that's what I did. I blocked him from calling me. I deleted his number out of my phone. And somehow I need to move forward. But it's so hard because, like I said, he's my best friend. And now I'm alone. I put up with the emotional abuse for a long time because I was just so lonely that I'd rather put up with him being mean and cold sometimes rather than being alone. And I don't want to make it sound like he's a horrible person. He's not a horrible person. When he's sober and when we have a good relationship, when our relationship is on good terms, I have never felt closer to another human being. I honestly thought that he would be my forever. We have a spiritual connection that is just something I've never experienced with anybody else, ever. To the point of, like, he got a pimple on his lip once, and a couple of days later I got a pimple on my lip. He'll think of something and I'll say something that he was thinking about. It happens all the time between us. But it's very clear that he's just not in a place to want to move forward. And I can't stay stuck with him. I can't stay in that place. That limbo. Because if I stay stuck there, I'm gonna die of cancer. And sometimes it feels like I'd rather just die because I don't want to be without him. And I don't want to be alone. It seems like I'm always getting on here crying about something. And it's the hardest thing. I guess that's why I'm making this video now, is because I want to unblock him and I want to call him, but I know if I do, it'll just be fighting again. It'll just start all over again. So I guess that's why I'm making this video, to try to remind myself that I can't let myself go back there. I can't go back into that place of nothing. And abuse. Emotional abuse. I've been physically abused, I've been sexually abused, and I've been emotionally abused. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, emotional abuse is far worse than physical or sexual abuse for me. I can detach myself. I detached myself from physical and sexual abuse. I've learned to block it out. But the emotional abuse, it stays in your head and it plays with your mind. Like I said, when he's sober, he's in love with me and he loves me and he wants a future with me. But when he's drinking, he doesn't know if he loves me. He knows he loves me. He's never doubted that he loves me, and I believe that he loves me. He just says he doesn't know if he's in love with me when he's drinking. And like I said, then that plays into my head of wondering if it's because I'm fat, or because I'm ugly, or because I'm just not enough or not right. And I know logically that he is so confused and so messed up that he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants out of his own life, let alone what he wants out of somebody else. So I try to keep reminding myself of that. But it's hard when you have your own issues. And I guess it wouldn't be quite as bad if I would just let it go. But I'm a fighter. My mom always told me, and other people always told me I should have been a lawyer because I like to argue with people. And that's something that you just don't do with a drunk person because there's no winning. There's no responsibility being taken. So I guess I've rambled long enough. And if you stuck through it this long, thank you. I don't know. He watches my videos, so I don't know if he's watching this, and I hope that he doesn't get angry that I'm talking about him. I would never want to throw him under the bus. I don't blame him for his problems. I know that alcoholism is a disease. I know that's a lot of people could debate that fact, but I know it's a disease. But you have to be willing to work on your problems and move forward and try to get help. And he's just not in that place where he wants to get help. And the only thing I can do is just let him go and move on. And it's just hard because I'd rather lose him as a boyfriend or a life partner than lose him as a best friend. That's what I'll miss most, is my best friend. Because when something happens, he's the first one I think about I want to tell. Or when I don't feel well, I just want him to comfort me. Like I said, when he's not drinking, we have this spiritual connection that's just amazing. When I have a panic attack, he prays for me. He prays over me. And I automatically feel better. I'll miss that. I'll miss sharing so many things with him. Last night I had a dream that he moved on and he found somebody else. And I was telling her that to enjoy the first few months, because after she got to know him really well and witnessed his drinking and his anger issues, that it would start going downhill like it did for me. I don't know if that's like a premonition dream or a dream that maybe he's cheating on me. That was the dream, that he'd found someone else and didn't tell me. But I don't know, that's where I'm at today, and that's why I haven't posted anything for a couple days. Not that people are expecting me to post every day, but I was having a really good time posting different things that I enjoy doing, and I'll get back to that. I have different things I'm excited to share with everybody. So I just need some time to regroup and try to move forward. So anybody who would like to offer prayers it would be greatly appreciated. I will talk to you all soon.